Hello everyone, this is James. I'm back in the shop today to do something a little bit different. I've been getting a whole lot of requests to do a shop tour and an update. We've made a lot of changes in the 2 years we've been here, and we're about to embark on some new projects that I've never done before. So I'm not completely cleaned up or anything, but with all these requests I just thought I'd give a tour. I have a little bit more organizing to do, don't we all? But the shop is really functional the way it is right now, and I'll take you on a little handheld camera tour. So stay tuned. Okay, well, before I show you the shop tour, I thought I would post some pictures here of what the shop looked like when we first moved in. The previous owner was a custom kitchen cabinet maker, and when we inherited the place, it was pretty much a mess. There was like 1/4 of an inch of dust on everything, and we had to remove a truckload full of debris. So this is the other side of the shop. By the way, that big garage door there leads to a wood shed where I do most of my wood storage. We made a few changes with that, but you'll see those coming up. So that's coming in the door. I still have this big bench attached to my table saw. I use my bandsaw here. I store it here. There's a 220 line close by. So when I need to use it, I just roll it out and hook it up to my dust collection over there on the floor, which is now connected to the table saw. Going down this side, I've moved I have to put all this stuff away, but this is my bench dog table with a vise. And then I've reorganized a lot of this storage for small parts. Oh, by the way, this little revolving Lazy Susan was a gift from someone, and I think you can put either spices or single-serve coffee, those single-serve coffee things in there. So I'm going to be doing some measurements and try to replicate a couple of those for gifts. I've created a finishing station that's got a light over it. This is where I'm doing some of my CNC finishing. It just turns out it works out good to have it there. My chop saw is still right here. The grinders are still on the dedicated pedestal, and there's my dust collection there. Now, some of my videos, my CNC machine was in the middle of the floor over there, and I had some shelves back there in the corner. Now I have small parts storage, and I built these racks to store my hardwoods because they were basically stored on the floor right here, and I kept tripping over them. So I moved the 2 big shelves out and built these hardwood racks. And so I have mahogany on the bottom, and then a nice stack of cherry, some hard maple. I have some purple heart left, some Paduke left, my walnuts up here, and I just throw some 2x4s up on top. But this will be my storage for my CNC stuff. And I have dust collection, a cyclone for the CNC machine. But this is a new project here. I just finished making a stand. A lot of you have probably heard of Stumpy Nubs. He's got a wonderful channel. He makes a lot of tools. And so I bought the plans for his thickness sander. I've made a few modifications. I've actually made it wider than his was by about 4 inches. I'm going to be mounting the motor in there later today, but it's a dual stage thickness sander. The drum will be turning here so I can just run pieces across the top, or I can, there's a conveyor belt I've built over here from his plans, and I will be able to crank wood through. I'm sorry for all the fast movement, but I'll be able to crank wood through the bottom of the drum over here. So that's going to come in quite handy because a lot of my projects now are going to be dealing with end grain cutting boards. Now I built an end grain cutting board station. I'll have a separate YouTube on that shortly. But basically it's PVC pipes that I've mounted to this wood, but I've cut small holes in the bench at different intervals so that I can actually change the distance between them. And so I will be doing videos on end grain cutting boards very shortly too. I still have my log tensioner, making tenons on logs, and the joiner's still in the same place, and the thickness planer is over there. I've just reorganized a bunch of the benches. I have a lot of storage underneath. This is a disaster that needs to be cleaned up. So I'll be doing that shortly. And then this winter I've got a bunch of lathe projects that I want to complete. I'm going to be building another chess set. So I've moved my hardware storage from the back wall over to that wall. And one of the biggest changes is my dear wife spent the whole better part of a day, and she cleaned and reorganized my spray booth, my spray room. We hung cabinets. We've organized all of our spraying and paint material in this one room. It's not all over the shop anymore. So I can, do really nice things like these clocks that I do on the CNC machine, these custom clocks. And it all just goes right out the window. So anyway, it's just a very fast, quick look on an update on my shop. I still use all the drawers. There's a video on that. But yeah, thank you for your interest. I will be finishing up the video for the thickness sander from Stumpy Nubs very shortly. I'll be doing a video on making my first end grain hardwood cutting boards. And I would just want to thank you for your subscriptions. I want to thank you for your wonderful comments and for sharing my channel with everyone. And I hope to see you all soon. I'll have another project up shortly. So have a great day. Thanks for visiting. Subscribe. Click on the little bell if you want to be notified of the next video. And I'll see you next time.